Hello, founders. I am going to show you a pitch deck that I worked on with a founder that ended up raising 500K and actually closed 5 out of 6 investors. That's a very good number. That is not usual results. You are going to be talking to hundreds of investors, but it was 5 out of 6 investors that he presented to. So there were a lot of queries and outreach and all those things. That's a pretty good closing percentage. And I'm going to explain to you how him and I work together. This is a fantastic founder. This is Kamfu. If you're an investor out there, let me know if you want an introduction. This is going to be a hot startup. It's been a pleasure to be their advisor and to work on their fundraising campaign. Before we continue, my name is Ed Kang, 7-time funded founder with 2 exits. That just means I've failed a bunch of times to your benefit because I use content like this, my YouTube channel, to help founders, especially early stage founders trying to raise seed or pre-seed funds, not make the same catastrophic mistakes that I've made. You're still going to make mistakes, but I want to try and reduce the damage, the heartache, the pain, the gnashing of teeth. That's why I'm here. That's why you're here. While you're here, leave a like, comment, and subscribe. That would be tremendously helpful. Let me know what you think about this type of content. I'm also the Chief Strategy Officer for startups.com. Thousands of people have come through our program. We have thousands of alumni. I've advised over 600, maybe 700 startups directly myself. If you're interested in learning everything that I know and what we do, check us out at startups.com. I appreciate everybody. If you already are a member of startups.com, your support. This has been fantastic. If you're looking for a pitch deck review of your own pitch deck, just send it to me and leave a comment and let me know. We've got a lineup. We have a little bit of process. So leave a comment here and say, I'd like my pitch deck reviewed, and I will tell you exactly how to do it. Let's jump into this pitch deck. Kamfu, first of all, AI-driven work engine that connects workers and tools in one frictionless workplace. I love it because it's just very straightforward, and it still has a little bit of intrigue, some words. You can have a straightforward statement, sentence, but if you've got that as a foundation, that it's just a workplace that you can connect workers and tools together, you can add words like frictionless, right? Just to create that little bit of intrigue. Notice how the tagline is here. They went and trademark it, work here. It is right under the logo. It is not the sub headline right there. It's under the logo. So you can use this space to have a proper description, allowing the investor to know where they are. No kitschy buzzwords, no marketing hype just on its own. There is some marketing there, but a clear sentence explaining this is what we are going to be doing. And it says AI right in the beginning, which we're going to focus on. Next, the problem statement. This took so many times going back and forth, trying to find research, and we're able to finally nail it in one clear sentence. Workers toggle between various tools and services 1,200 times a day, increasing the mental energy, time, and cost required to complete tasks by up to 40%. So we're talking about, okay, how many workers are there? Immediately the investor knows lots of workers. 1,200 times a day talks about the scope of the problem, exactly how painful is it, and you're increasing time to complete tasks by up to 40%. That's the severity if this problem is not solved, backed by the American Psychological Association, APA. We found that research, and we extrapolated it into this problem statement. So this is a great problem statement. Notice, it is one sentence, and then it also has no bullet points, right? You don't have to load it up. It's just really straightforward, a nice little picture indicating, okay, this is how much we're toggling back and forth. Solution, Kamfu is an AI-driven work engine. Right in front, it's AI, and it's a work engine that eliminates 90%. It's a 10x solution of toggling by combining the critical tools and services workers need in one frictionless workspace. See how it works? See, you just said it right away. Let's go back. If the problem is we're toggling so many times a day, then the solution is we've eliminated 90% of the toggling. How do we do it? By putting it in one workspace. Now, here's the interesting concept here, something to consider. This term work engine. Now, normally, I wouldn't advise just saying it's a work engine because investors might go, what exactly is that? Is it online platform software? But because the rest of the solution is so clear, you want to be clear rather than clever. Let me just explain this again. It is better to be clear than clever. And this founder wants to introduce the concept of a work engine to drive that. And it wasn't so esoteric, and it wasn't trying to be kitschy or clever, that I said, okay, let's go with it. And clearly it worked because it explained what it does, and it dropped a seed into the investor's mind saying, hey, this is a bit of a contrarian view that we are taking and saying instead of a platform, instead of software, which all those things do apply, we are a work engine. I dig it. Here is the market. This start off with a top-down analysis right here. So this is top-down. And you know that I like bottom-up, but top-down is okay if you have your math and you explain your logic. So he calculated how much money is spent on productivity, communication, storage, utilities, and recruitment. And he's trying to demonstrate that this is all the money that goes into these tools. And then we went bottom up. So what he did is he calculated how many individuals are dissatisfied with their fragmented solutions. I would like to see a little more math, but this was a little complicated, so it's not a straightforward thing. But the general revenue based on how many is how it came up to $4 billion. So that's what he was saying. This is going to be our focus. We're going to focus on people who are dissatisfied. But then he said, based on the serviceable, obtainable market, this is what is realistic. We believe that we can make $250 million if everything falls into place because these individuals will embrace the ComFu work engine. So he really thought it through. And again, we went back and forth and wrestled with this. And then we're like, things got intense. But this is what I love about this founder is that he has his convictions and we go back and forth. That is how we did the market slide. Let's continue. How it works. Very straightforward. 80% of work complete in one place. So he's got this headline here. ComFu empowers work managers to build, run, and scale efficient teams. Great. So that's the headline. But then he put in here 80% of your work complete in one place. And there's 3 steps. Create managed work, find labor and services, and then pay for labor and services. Really, really straightforward. 1, 2, 3. That's how we are going to do it. It's so simple. Love it. Remember, founders, I know your solution will have way more steps, be a lot more complex, but you want to show the investors, hey, enough information to say that, okay, this is going to be just really straightforward and we're not going to worry about it. We are going to give you a teaser and you're going to want to dive in and check out the rest. That's what's going to happen, right? So this is the secret to this type where you've got complexity, but you're going to boil it down and you're going to tell investors, listen, it's easy as steps 1, 2, 3. That's what's going to happen here. Then we're going to go to the next slide. Future work is hands-free. This is a bit of a marketing thing, but you're demonstrating the conversation. Good morning, Mark. How can I confirm team priorities for days? Sure, go ahead. ComFu. And he's showing empathy for the solution that you could literally be doing this by riding on your bike. The ComFu Assistant helps manage teams carefully updating your workspace in the background. We're getting into the AI. This is going to be fantastic. And then he explains all the different use cases. And this is just straightforward. These are 5 use cases. And this is the roadmap. Obviously, he's explaining how it's going to happen in the future. A lot of this working right now, tasks, work prioritization, all that stuff. You're going to go find a time. These are all your prompts. So he's creating imagination. He's getting people excited when it comes to this solution. Next, business model. Simple, straightforward. This is how we're going to make money. There's freemium. Individuals use our platform freely, and then pay as you go. Then we're going to start paying based on consumption. Straightforward. This business model is a little too complex to put all the numbers in there, but very straightforward. This is going to do pay as you go. We calculated it. So we just talked about, here's the business model. Here's how we're going to make money. First, freemium. And that's how we're going to make money is we're going to attract them with freemium, and then we're going to pay as you go. I'd always recommend putting actual numbers in how much money you're going to make, and that's what you want to do. Product competition, he did a very simple comparison. On the left side is what everybody else has used, current state, and this is the future state right here. All of it in one basic interface. This is a powerful way to show your competition because he wanted to really, really exemplify this is how easy and how amazing ComFu is going to be by making the lives of the users much easier. Go to market. This is such a simple go-to-market slide, right? 2 steps. First step, we're going to get Indian workers. We're going to sell to Indian workers, and then they're going to go and sell themselves to American workers. And then when American workers start using it, they're going to want to hire Indian workers. Really simple. It's a cycle. This is a go-to-market strategy, not a laundry list of tactics that you're going to use, but a strategy unto itself. Here's the team. I love how he did this team. He talked about himself, highlighted it, and then he showed his team, and he didn't try and put all the bios in there. This is not a wall of text. He just said, hey, these are our major players. This is a team. And look, we've got staff. We got enough staff, and he does have all this staff. I think he's up to 25 people. He didn't have to put them all in there, and he hasn't, but he just shows, okay, I've got a team. I'm able to pull the team together. Product revenue, here's the traction. $82,000 in deal flow, 1,750 paying users. He just put it bang, bang, bang. in the first month. This is so critical. Him saying in the first month, that is definitely going to move the needle with these investors. They're going to say, you did all this in the first month? Well, yes, we did. And then he talked about this is how much we're doing in our service revenue, which is this split where SaaS companies tend to do bespoke work while they start to automate. Here's the projections. He noticed how he put, and he really nailed it in. First month, we're at 82,000. If this continues, here's how we're going to do it. And he talked about this is what we plan to do. 18-month path to 40K paying customers with 4 million annual recurring revenue. Because he has revenue, he can put a slide like this. Normally, I don't advise it if you don't have revenue because no one really believes you can go up and to the right. But what he really tried to highlight was, hey, we are making money right here. This is the most important part, showing that we are just at the beginning of the journey. So if you can generate some revenue, just revenue in the first month, that would be fantastic. And then investment, and we worked on this, $1.5 million to achieve 4 million ARR in 18 months. Use of funds, key outcomes, and that's straightforward. That's all he had to do. There you have it. Now you see how we broke it down. I've got a ton of other videos I'm going to put on the screen to show you all the ways that you can put your pitch deck together, but this pitch deck worked, raised $500,000. The proof is in the pudding. It's not just theory. It's just not me going obnoxious and yelling on YouTube, although I like to be obnoxious and yell on YouTube. This is real results right in front of you. Learn to do your pitch decks, but first and foremost, make sure you build a really great product and you're already there. That's all for me. Hope this has been helpful. I'll see you in the next video.